Good afternoon. Richmond, Virginia, 1812. What was going on? The population was something under 20,000. The city was recovering from a disastrous theater fire that had killed 60 or more people, many of them prominent citizens, including the governor of Virginia. The British were attacking our naval and other installations along the coast of Virginia and other places. And sometime during June, James Madison would ask Congress for a declaration of war. With this sort of thing going on, there was something of a resurgence of religion in the Commonwealth. There were Presbyterians here, but there was no organized Presbyterian church. Some of the Presbyterians would meet in the Capitol for religious services. But on June 18th, 1812, a date we want to remember, 14 Presbyterians and 2 elders met and organized the Presbyterian Church of Richmond. They set about to find a minister and to build a church. The church was built in the Rockets area between 28th and 29th Streets at the foot of Libby Hill. The minister was John Holt Wright, about whom you will hear more later. He arrived in October, and on October the 19th, he was installed, and the meeting with the church had its first minister. There was a great increase in the membership of the church, so 4 years later it was necessary to move to a new location. And this is when First Presbyterian was designated as the official name of the church, and we began what was a western migration which would lead us in stages until we arrived here on Lock Lane and Carey Street Road. The new church was known because of its steeple. I don't know exactly how to describe it. There was something about the steeple that resembled a pineapple. And it was referred to in Richmond as the Pineapple Church. And as a result of the pineapple meaning a symbol of welcome, that was a compliment. Again, there was a necessary move to another location because the church was growing. We moved west to 13th and 14th Street, somewhere within that block, and Franklin Street. And our first picture shows what is Metropolitan Hall, which is what this became when the church sold it and moved even further west. So this is not what it may have looked like when we were worshiping there, though I don't know how much was changed. It served as a theater and a place of entertainment for many years, but of course it's long since gone. In fact, 13th and 14th Streets has been absorbed by the expanded Capitol grounds area. The next move was to Capitol Square. The church was on the northeast corner of Capitol Street and 10th Street. Think about it now, that's where City Hall, old City Hall is. And that will play an important role in our long-term history. We operated from that location from 1853 to 1883, including the years of the Civil War, when all kinds of activity were going on in this area around the Capitol, both for the state of Virginia and for the Confederate government. In 1883, the city came to us and said, we want to build a new city hall and we need your site. If you will give your site to the city, I think this is the way it went, we will buy the site you select elsewhere, dismantle the church, move it and rebuild it. And for the minister who was here at the time, who was of Scottish descent, I think that was something that really appealed to him. In any event, that was accomplished. And here's what the church looked like at Madison and Grace, which was the site selected. It's virtually the same church. In 1883, I think, no, let's see. Check my dates here. In 1911, we're still at Madison and Grace. The city has experienced a hurricane and several church steeples were toppled. The city passed an ordinance that no steeple of a church or no building with something like that on top of it could exceed a certain height. So we had to take the steeple down. And what was left is what you see here, which caused some of the old members of the church for many years to say, the city still owes us a steeple.